Alright, what is up, guys? We are back. I got a full battery and 3 hours worth of recording. Today we are going to be doing quite a bit. Really just kind of finishing up on really just this car. You know, engine stuff wise, sensor wise no, but engine stuff wise yes. I don't know what the happened there, but today we're going to be installing a new thermostat, finishing up that detent spring, so that's going to be cool. Putting on that new distributor. I did get a new distributor. Unironically, the guy that sold that transmission to me with 80,000 miles on it was selling out the rest of his parts, and I ended up picking up a distributor from him. It's OEM spec. It's 80,000 miles. It's OEM, not OEM spec, but it's OEM. 80,000 miles. Pretty much brand new, and really happy with that. We had the interior assembled for the most part, other than this stuff here. This is still off. You gotta get this one. I don't even think that one side really matters, because really shouldn't. This thing ain't moving, so I don't know what's wrong with it, but. And here we go. So this distributor needs to come off. We're gonna take this one off, this old one. Hopefully, I mean, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take off the plugs, put them in order, and then put the new one on as well, but. Yeah, cool stuff. So we're getting stuff done today. I'd like to get a lot done. At least get the parts out of the car and onto this one and move along with that. But for the most part, everything in here seems to be going to plan. So what we're gonna do: distributor, thermostat, and God, geez, because you can see. I mean, this is bolted on, but thermostat. And then, yeah, I mean, that's really pretty much it. There's apparently, also they did change it, so it's up top here. So it's the 210s, 310s, because there's the ground here, and then I think there's a plug. Yeah, this plug right here needs to come out. So that's pretty much it for that. It's pretty simple. I don't want to lose a ton of fluid in here. I got enough, but I don't want to lose a ton of fluid trying to take that off, because we're thinking. Because we couldn't get any of the coolant. The coolant hoses weren't as hot as the other ones were, which can only mean so many things, and we're thinking the thermostat is stuck closed. It probably wasn't changed, but I got a new one, and we'll throw that on. The detent spring is going to get thrown in properly this time, and we're not going to make that same mistake again. Costed me 20 bucks and a lot of time, so we'll get that in first, because that's kind of a big one, and then we'll do the distributor, and then we'll do the final thermostat and stuff like that, and then I think we'll go from there. And then of course we'll run the car today with everything assembled. So we might be able to get some drive time. I don't plan on driving today, but I really just kind of wanted to get a good idea of what's going on. So I'm also going to take this rag out, because I have a feeling I'm going to suck that up. So but yeah. Alright, so for this detent spring, we have a part number right here. I think these are the same bolts throughout all the B series. I think even the K series might even share the same part number. Might be a little different, but basically it's the replacement bolt. The spring goes inside, the ball sits on top. But the problem that I had last time was I forgot the lock washer, and I took it off to replace the springs originally. The lock washer wasn't on, and I over tightened it, and I basically pressed the ball and I bent it, over torquing it, and it's basically, you don't want to forget this. You don't really need to over torque these things. As long as they shift and engage right, you're fine. This is an aftermarket Speed Factory Racing spring. I got that for a reason. And then of course we also had to get a brand new ball, so here's the part number for that as well. So these are OEM parts, at least the two are. You don't really need to replace the lock washer. Obviously the thickness does change every time, but I'm not replacing that, so it's not relevant for me. But here's the new distributor. These look fine. I do have a new one. I'll take it off of the old one, and we'll just kind of scavenge for parts and extra stuff off of that, because that's what I'm going to be using to replace a lot of parts. So other than, I don't know if I'll use the cap and stuff, but I'll save the bolts and maybe some of the assembly stuff on there, because there's really no reason for me to throw that away when I could use it. So but, yep, so that's the plan. I'm going to install the detent spring. We're going to get to that, and then I'll let you guys know, and I'll kind of show you guys what I mean by it doing what it does. So let's see what happens. Alright, so we did get it installed. I didn't tighten it down a crazy amount, but a lot of crap on me already. Hey. So lots of much stiffer engagement now. I mean, you guys can kind of see that too. Very, very notchy. I don't have this tightened down all the way, but super notchy, very engaging. I'm just trying to get a movement for it, and then we're gonna install it like it is. So we're gonna stand it up like this. We're gonna attach each of these NGK plug wires on here so that we don't have to fast track an image online or get the diagram from the book or anything like that. We can just simply copy and paste everything that's originally on here. So this also wasn't on here, so I don't know what, maybe that's supposed to be off, but we're just gonna copy and paste everything. I think might be able to get an angle here on that. And we can just do that now, but these are Allen heads, so here's your thermostat. I already have the seal on that, and I'll kind of walk you guys through that as well. Grab this, and then we should have power to the battery, ignition, all that fun stuff. So what I gotta do is essentially plug it in and see if it starts up. I don't know if this will fix the problem of having it to be on full. Find out that there's a team here and diagnose. It's a little humid out today. It's not ideal for weather, but you know, that's what we got to work with. Battery should be hooked up. Shouldn't be any more drainage issues. I'm already annoyed with the flies, to be honest with you. So there might be dead battery again. So I don't know. Let's find out. All right. So it seemed that the battery was dead. I mean, it's on now. This car is in neutral. So, and remember, these SIs, I don't know if they're wired differently, but you don't need a clutch in. So we're cool like that. Started right up. Needed a little bit of help with ignition, but not gonna run it for too long because I gotta make sure that the cone isn't fucking. Alright, so everything's tightened up, bolted up. Doesn't seem to be leaking anything under here, so I think we're good on the distributor part of things. I'm not really super worried about that, and if we do, we can still need more drive time in the car, so I'm sure we'll work out more kinks as we go. Not a big deal. What's annoying about this filming is I don't have that onboard boom that muffles all like wind noise and all that stuff. So if you guys noticed that in the video, I'm sorry. I don't know where that is. It hasn't been on the camera since I started filming my at-home footage, so it's coming kind of weird. But so we got the detent spring done underneath. We got the distributor on, the OEM spec. So here's this here. Even has the sticker on it. That's how it's OEM plus is what I will call that. So all that's been taken care of. Now we're just in a matter of getting this thermostat situated. I didn't let the car idle for too long, so this coolant hose isn't scorching hot. I don't even think this was the hot one. I think the only hot one was this one up top here. So I think that was what we discovered. So we're going to open this thermostat up because this goes directly to the thermostat. So that's how we're kind of gauging to see, okay, well, if this isn't warm, but that one is, there's probably something going on inside there that we should probably take a look at. So that was Ty's estimate. I mean, it was 20 bucks for parts. I mean, I realistically paid 18 bucks, but it came with a gasket and a thermostat. This is the Gates OEM temperature, so it's about 170 degrees is when this opens up. While I was at home, I already put on the new gasket, but I can kind of walk you guys through that. As you can see, there's two inserts or little bumps there that need to face inwards. I mean, obviously this is the part that goes in, and then here's your pressure release valve or whatever you want to call that right there. So this will go in only one way, but when we take out the old one, we'll see how that goes, and I'll show you guys as we take that out. But it should be this 10 here, the sensor, but don't forget to unplug that, and then the two 10s on the left and right. But we will have to undo the coolant hose that comes to the top here, so there will be a little bit of spillage. Not super worried about it, but it is quite frustrating because we've just been fussing with coolant stuff this entire time and not really driving the car as much. Not really overheating. We haven't really been overheating, but it's just more of dealing with all the little issues that have just accumulated while owning this car. So getting this done is going to be important. I just really want to make sure that we nail this. I need heat in the car, and that explains probably what's going on with the heat situation, because when I was blowing that blower motor, it just was not giving me any heat. So maybe this will fix that solution. It is completely exposed in there, as you can see there. So now we just got to get the access to those 10s without breaking anything, and I don't really think it's going to be too tough just to get in there, but it can be complicated. But yeah, there's that thermostat. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's in there. You can kind of see it, but we'll get to it. All right, so update. So here's what we figured out. So first of all, the right heater core toe from the bay wasn't even plumbed in. It wasn't plugged in anything. I was trying to see online. I was trying to look, and I was like, where the f does this thing come in? Of course, there was a block off right on one of the nozzles on there, and I'm like, well, that answers that question. So basically, plumbed that up. It's all tight. Now we got to redo this ground. Got to put the ground back on, and then plug this one in. Make sure that's tight. And this thing is ready to fly. I just need a coolant hose line from here to here. That's pretty much it. And then this car can pretty much idle on its own. We have the new distributor in. Everything else is checking out. Everything seems to be working as it's supposed to. So yeah, we're gonna do that now, put that ground on, and make sure that sensor is plugged in there, which it is. Everything else seems to be lining up. So now it's time to get everything plumbed up. So let's do that now. All right, so a few things before we get everything ready to go. I'm gonna plug our sensors back in. We don't have a map sensor plugged in, so we should probably do that. These flies are just hounding me. I don't know what is going on with my leg, but I am getting bit the f up. So which means it's time for us to get the f out. But I'm gonna start this up, or attempt to, and then try and get out of here. Throw some coolant in. It's low. A lot of it poured out, which sucks, but we have a whole jug. No battery. So battery's dead. Sucks, but that's just how it is. We're gonna wrap here with that. I'll be back again. We can test things more and test the flow officially and figure things out. The fan does work. I do know that. Last time we were here, we checked that. The fan is doing its job, and I'm happy with that. So all we need to do is just get a coolant hose here, add coolant, bleed the system. There's probably quite a bit of air coming in, doing its thing, and then yeah, I mean, that's going to wrap it up for most of that. I still have to wire in the oil pressure sensor underneath the intake manifold. That might be a separate day. I might have to actually take off the manifold to do that, so that's kind of a project on its own. But I'm not sure what's up with this battery. It's brand new too, so I'm having a hard time with it, and it's kind of frustrating. So it's whatever. I mean, car needs to get driven, so I think I just fried it from leaving that fucking light on. So not sure why that was on, but no tools. Everything seems to be good. We are ready to roll. So let me wrap it up with that. So I will see you guys in the next video. I know that today was kind of not really that interesting, but like I said, we're just slowly chipping away at getting stuff done here. It's just been a process, and it's going to continue to be until well, we're really up and running and start investing in some real parts here to get this thing making some power. So that'll be a bit yet. I want to make sure all the kinks are wired out. I still got to find a reputable tuner that can make my power goals reliable but also realistic. So I don't know who to find out for that, or who's going to be able to take that on that responsibility. But from what I know, there's not a lot of reputable tuners from where I'm from, so gonna have to get a little creative with that. Might have to do some remote tuning, and I'll kind of talk more about that later once I have more of a plan. So try not to get too excited about it. But yeah, guys, that's gonna wrap it up for the video. I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.